Well, the Phillies start off the 11-game road trip with a bang. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Sensitive Media and Terry Cap, and tonight's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals as the Phillies defeat the Nationals, bump on the score of 10-1 as we take the first game of this 5-game series. Now, I guess before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't not yet. Please turn engage bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. The Phillies take down the Nats. Kyle Schwarber with 2 bombs at Nats Park. He lives there. He loves hitting at Nationals Park, right? I mean, this guy was absolutely on fire today. 2 bombs. Schwarber bombs. I mean, Castellanos is starting to get his swing back. He looks a lot better. Didi Gregorius with a 2 RBI double tonight. Zach Lear continues to be dominant. I mean, Patrick Corbin over there for the Nationals. What a disastrous contract. We absolutely lit him up tonight. What honestly just should have been a routine ground out. Eventually floated into a 7-run inning for the Phillies. So how about that? The most runs they've scored in an inning this year. They're just beating up all over this, the bad teams, right? This is what they have to do. This is a team that just got swept by the Braves. I mean, this is a really treacherous Nationals team. I mean, them and the Reds, the 2 worst teams in the NL. I mean, these guys are just absolutely treacherous. And as we pick up the scoring summary here in the top of the 3rd inning, Kyle Schwarber going against his former team in a lefty-lefty matchup as he homers on a fly ball to center field. An absolute tank, a 2-run shot as he scores Munoz. And the Phillies now lead it 2-0. Schwarber's 17th of the season at that time. So the Phillies now jump out to, of course, to the 2-0 lead. I mean, honestly, Corbin was just mowing down the lineup from there on out, right before that. And Munoz, of course, got on due to an error by former Phil Cesar Hernandez at second base that he let get by. And then Schwarber came up and made the Nats pay. And we would not be done making the Nats pay, as in the same inning, Nick Castellanos singles on a line drive to left field. Rhys Hoskins comes around to score as it's now 3-0 Philadelphia. So Nick Castellanos, as I said before, hopefully he's going to start to get his swing back. We need this guy to start hitting him. Now we picked up here in the same inning. JT Mucha hits a pretty hard ground ball to Luis Garcia at short. He threw to first base. The throw bounced to Josh Bell, and it was not in time. So that was able to score Harp, and the Phillies now take a 4-0 lead. So JT Mucha credited with an infield single RBI. Luis Garcia, I mean, if he's going to be the everyday shortstop for the Nats, I mean, he really needs to start getting his act together. I mean, another boneheaded play later in the ball game. This is a guy I'm just not really too high on. I'm not the biggest Luis Garcia fan. I do think he's a tad overrated. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Didi Gregorius. I mean, this is kind of the backbreaker of this ball game. I mean, now a 6-run lead as he doubles on a sharp line drive to right field. Nick Castellanos and JT Muto come around to score Gregorius. 8th double of the season, 6-0 Phillies. So Sir Didi, yes indeedy, he delivers again. This Nationals team is getting absolutely plummeted in this inning. I mean, a 6-run inning so far. Of course, the Phillies will not be done. So Didi Gregorius comes through again. I mean, he continues to be productive since coming off of the IL. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Alec Bohm reaches on a fielding error. Bell got a ground ball hit to his right. Goes to throw to Patrick Corbin, who was going to supposed to be covering. Of course, he was running over there to cover first base, and the throw was totally offline. As Didi Gregorius comes around to score, Alec Bohm was not credited with the RBI because that was an error on Josh Bell in E3, and the Phillies now lead it 7-0. So take advantage of your opponent's mistakes. I love it. Take advantage of your opponent's mistakes. So Patrick Corbin's struggles continue, and it's hard to believe that all 7 of these runs in that inning were all on Patrick Corbin. I mean, how about that? I think some of that's kind of ridiculous. I understand that, yes, I mean, if Cesar Hernandez would have just made that final out of the inning, I mean, that just would have been it. But, I mean, you allow a home run, I mean, is it unearned? I mean, I just kind of find that just kind of be silly, if you want my opinion. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 4th inning. He does it again as Kyle Schwarber homers on a fly ball to right center field. His 2nd of the ball game, 18 home runs now. I mean, you have to be seeing this guy out in the home run derby in Los Angeles. I mean, you have to. He loves doing it. You're going to see him out there. It was like a month away from the All-Star break, maybe a little less than that now. He's going to have at least, probably like 24, 25 before, at least I hope. It's really impressive when you hit 20 tanks before the All-Star break. I mean, this guy, maybe he can hit 40 this year. I'd love to see it. I mean, hopefully he just get his average up there a little bit more. So 2nd of the night, a solo shot for Schwarbs. So stay hot, my friend. He loves hitting in June. He loves hitting at Nationals Park. So 2 shots against his former squad. Wasn't there very long, but sure was an eventful stint for him when he was over with the Nationals. So 8-0 Phillies. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Nick Castellanos does it again as he doubles on a sharp line drive to left field. Bryce Harper comes around to score, and the Phillies now lead it 9-0. Castellanos' 15th double of the season. So there was the RBI single earlier, and then he comes back out here in the top of the fourth and delivers the RBI double. So hopefully Nick Castellanos builds off the night he had tonight. Let's hope for that. And pick it up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Josh Bell delivering the only run tonight for the Nationals as he homers on a fly ball to right center field, and a solo shot, and the Nats get on the board now, a 9-1 ball game. So this was a meaningless home run. It just really was just meaningless. Much better hitting from the left side of the plate. I believe he's hitting above 300 from the left side of the batter's box. He's a player I said to watch out for. I said last night, players to watch out for. Josh Bell. He was on the top of the list simply because Juan Soto's day today. Of course, he did play today, but he's kind of battling something right now. He's not really 100%. What in the world is wrong with that guy? There's something wrong with Juan Soto. Of course, forget the fact that he slipped in the dugout. Even before that, he has just not looked good this year for whatever reason. It's just bizarre. Very Juan Soto, despite, he does an, OBP, just below 400. That's just absolutely just crazy when you're only hitting 225. Again, if that's not a legend, I don't know what is. But, Josh Bell definitely on the watch out list, and a guy that's definitely going to be traded. 100%. Josh Bell's definitely gone, so he's definitely going to be on another team in 2 months. At least I think. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 8th inning. Yariel Munoz with his first home run as a member of the Phillies as he homers on a fly ball to left field down the line, and the Phillies now lead it 10-1. So Munoz, how about that? So that was great to see, man. Hopefully this guy continues to produce at the plate. And this is one thing I love. We're always bringing it up. And this is a deep lineup. Look at all the guys that contributed tonight. Of course, we got Kyle Schwarber, had a 2 home run night tonight. And Harper, he just hit a line drive single up the middle. Not too much out of Harper. We had, I guess what we had, Nick Castellanos with the RBI single, RBI double. We had Schwarber with the 2-run shot. We had Munoz hitting a home run in the left field. We have other guys step up and produce. And that's one thing I love to see, right? That's a deep lineup. This is the team that has depth. Going into, a potential postseason run, that's what you love to see. Little things like that. When you notice little things like that. Kyle Schwarber out of the leadoff spot, 2 knocks tonight, 3 ribbies, a 2-run shot, and a solo shot, also drawing a walk. Average now sits at 212. Hopefully, like I said, the average does get a little bit higher. 37 RBIs now, and 833 OPS. It's at 800 last night. It's now jumped up to 833. 2 home runs is definitely going to do that for you, and a walk on top of that. It's definitely going to help your OPS. 100%. Rhys Hoskins, 1 knock this evening. Also scoring one of the Phil's 10 runs as he was taken out early as Bryson Stott pinch hit for him. Bryce Harper, 1 knock. It was a line drive single up the middle, scoring 2 of the Phil's 10 runs this evening, and also drawing a walk. So Harper, a lifetime 300 hitter against Washington in his career. He hit over 400 against them last year with 7 home runs. So hopefully we do get to see a couple Bryce bombs in this series. That's what I'm really hoping for. I'd love to see that against his former squad. Nick Castellanos definitely need a night like tonight. 2 knocks, the RBI single, and the RBI double. So average now climbs up to 258. So hopefully this is a sign of things to come for Nick. 724 OPS, 33 ribbies now. Duke Barrera came in later to take over for him. He went hitless. And JT Muto, the 1 knock tonight was that lucky ground ball single he hit to Luis Garcia. The throw was bounced. He pretty much had no chance of getting JT. It wasn't close, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, he beat it by a mile. But the throw bounced on 1 hop, and Josh Bell did a nice job at making sure he got hold of that. Not that it really mattered, but other than that, not much out of JT. Didi Gore's only hit was a big one, the line drive, 2 RBI double to right field. So Didi certainly had a good night. Yes, indeedy. Alec Bohm, 1 knock this evening, and of course he did reach base on an error in that treacherous top of the third for the Nationals. That 7-run inning. Of course he was not credited with the RBI. Of course he shouldn't have been. Of course because it was an error. But he was also able to collect a knock tonight as well. And Matt Vierling got the start out in center. He also collected a knock. He's certainly been swinging a better bat though. There's no question about that. Definitely compared to the beginning of the year. And Yadier Munoz Alvarez. Nice solo shot down the left field line. His first home run in the Phillies uniform. Scoring 2 of the Phils, 10 runs today. Of course, one of them being on the solo home run that he hit. It's nice to see other guys step up. It's nice to see other guys step up. Just all the mainstream guys all the time. We've seen that in the past. Even last year, we got to see it a little bit. I mean, Ronald Torreyes, Brad Miller. We got to see a little bit last year too, but I mean this year, a bit different story. Zach Wheeler, 7 innings, 4 hits, run was earned as the home run by Josh Bell. Didn't walk a batter and struck out 3. So Zach Wheeler only struck out 3 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? So he was the pitch to contact out guy. And going into 2021, I mean, he was kind of deemed as the, not really being a huge strikeout guy, but after 2021, I mean, he was labeled a strikeout guy again. He occasionally have these kind of starts where he's very, very good, but he just produces a lot of pitch-to-contact type outs. A lot of ground outs, a lot of fly-outs. And the defense was good tonight. Again, the defense has been better. Knock on wood, the defense has been better. Alec Bohm has been much better. How about that catch he made the other day? It was yesterday against the Marlins. Pretty much like scooping it right against the dugout. I mean, what a catch that was. So his glove continues to impress me. Another good defensive play tonight. Michael Kelly with a solid bottom of the 8th inning, only walking 1. And Jose Alvarado, I said it. I said when Michael Kelly's warming up, I'm like, let Kelly pitch the bottom of the 8th inning and then bring in Alvarado for the bottom 9th. That is what I said, and that is what Rob Thompson does. That is what he does. So you must have been hearing what I said. I guess I was calling the shots tonight. Perfect time to use these guys. Perfect. This is when you use these guys. When you have a 9-run lead. I mean, perfect. So Jose Alvarado did his job in bottom 9th inning, striking out 2, and despite allowing a hit. It lowers his ERA down to 7.80. In the first game of this 5-game series, is we got a doubleheader tomorrow. 1:05 the first pitch, a day-night doubleheader. Schwarber on the mound for the Phils. 4-4 with a 4.40 ERA, going against Adon for Washington. 1-10 with a 6.95 ERA. I mean, no excuses here. You have to sweep this doubleheader. I mean, you have to sweep this series. You have to sweep this doubleheader. I mean, I'm not trying to be a little bit greedy here. I mean, I said going in 4 out of 5, but yeah, you got to sweep. I think you got to sweep. 7-5 tomorrow night. Bailey Falter 0-2 with a 4.20 ERA. This is going to be an opener, and it's nice to have this bullpen get some rest. As I said, I mean, Zach Wheeler did his job again. So his slider looked good tonight. I mean, the curveball, a pitch that he always, they always rely on the fastball, but the curveball has even gotten better too. I've noticed that. Especially with 2 strikes. Espino on the mat for the Nats, 0-1 with a 2.08 ERA. So we got to get to make sure this bullpen's rested up and well. 4:35 Saturday, Aaron Nola with 4-4 with a 3.42 ERA going against Joshua Gray, who was involved in the Max Scherzer Trey Turner trade last July with the Dodgers. 6-4 with a 4.33 ERA. So I kind of forgot to go into it yesterday. So that is Saturday's start, and then Sunday 12:05. Zach Eflin 2-4 with a 3.98 ERA going against Tretrolt 0-1 with a 15.75 ERA. It's amazing. I mean, you follow baseball, this season, I mean, pretty closely, and you kind of see the Nationals play other squads. I mean, they're bad, but it's a whole nother level when you see them firsthand. When you actually sit down and watch your team play that bad team, like you get to see things I really got to see before. I mean, they are just a bad team. I mean, and there are no slouch offensively. They didn't do anything tonight. They played in the Bell home run the right center. But I mean, their pitching staff is like one of the worst I think I've ever seen. This is a team that's why they won the World Series 3 years ago, because of their pitching staff. I mean, their offense was above average, but they won because of their pitching staff. They won because they had Max Scherzer. They won because they had Steven Strasburg and he was healthy. They won because Patrick Gordon was so dominant that year. And even Anibal Sanchez in the playoffs was so good. That is why they won. And even though their bullpen was so bad at the start of the 2019 season, it got so much better in the second half for them. Big pieces like Daniel Hudson came up big for the Nationals that year. I mean, and now they've just gone from one extreme to another. Unfortunately, the Mets came back against the Brewers and they're leading 5-4 in the top of the 9th inning. That certainly is a bummer. But currently, at the time of this video, the Brewers have runner at third, 2 out. Yankees walk off the Rays, man. 47 wins for this Yankees team. Anthony Rizzo, I mean, the Yankees are 47-16. I mean, my goodness gracious. I mean, they are off to a hot start. Wow. So, of course, the Braves and Marlins both got the night off tonight. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media and like the description section at Phillies Answer Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter and Answer Media. Card text 267-225-3292. Email at philliesandmedia@gmail.com. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phils. I'll see you guys.